All right, you guys, our interview guests are here. We're going to start in just a second. Couple quick announcements. Welcome to another Kids Press Conference. These might be the best events at FanFest, so you came to a good one. I'm Steve Molesky of MASNsports.com. Good to be with you today. After the session, for each session, we clear the room, and you exit to the door to your left as you head out, and so other groups can come in for the next session. So basically, when we're finished, we have to leave the room and get ready for the next session. You can get back in line to come back. In a minute, the guys out here are going to get the kids to line up to take questions, so we'll start doing that any second. And during this session, we are not allowed to ask for autographs, photos, or even hugs, sadly. This is not an opportunity for that. We have other places where we do that. So I think we should get some of these kids lined up. You guys have a few ready to go? If you're coming to the podium, come slowly, don't rush. We'll get you all in. We're going to have a lot of questions for our guests today. We have with us, by the way, an Oriole. Since 2012, a 2015 All-Star Oriole relief pitcher, Darren O'Day.
You guys have any questions ready?
And Major League Baseball's home run leader since 2012, a 2013 All-Star, Chris Davis.
What are you going to ask?
Let the fun begin. Here's the first question.
How many years have you been playing?
Go ahead, Darren.
All right. This is my ninth season. Oh, I just finished my 9th season. How old are you?
6.
Oh, man. You missed all the good stuff.
What's your favorite Star Wars character?
I mean, it's really hard for me not to say Chewbacca. Big hairy animal.
Yeah, they asked us this last year in a program, and I can't remember my answer. I don't want to contradict myself.
Yoda. You're a Yoda guy.
I'm going to go with Jar Jar Binks, just to be contrarian. That's not real. I don't know.
How does your arm have no deformities from pitching that way?
How does my arm what?
Have no deformities? Like,
Oh,
looks weird?
it actually does. It's crazy to think of this. When we're done playing, if you looked at our bone structure and stuff, it all changes. My arm, I know the picture looks really funny when you slow it down, but it's kind of like everybody else's motion just turned a little bit on the side. So my arm's doing well. Had a little speed bump last year, but it's doing much better this year.
Do you get nervous before games?
Depends on the game. Usually during the regular season, not really.
Yeah, it's the playoffs are different, but the regular season, guys get excited, I would say, not so much nervous.
How many home runs have you hit?
My answer is very easy. I don't even have a hit. I can count them all on no hands.
I actually don't even know I know it's over 200, but yeah, I'm somewhere around there, give or take 10, 15. I don't know.
Which team did you like playing with better, the Rangers or the Orioles?
I know I'm going to say the Orioles.
Chris has 241
Oh,
career
here we
home
go.
runs.
Hey, give me that.
In case you were wondering. Your question, both teams have been a lot of fun to play for. I was lucky enough to play in 2 World Series with the Rangers. A little bit of different experience here. I'm more proud of the fact that in 2012 we brought winning baseball back to the city, and we've been, And that both of us have kind of been here through the process of like building a successful franchise again, and we both chose to stay here. So that's part of the reason I would say Baltimore.
What's your favorite player besides yourself?
Chris.
Darren. Nailed it.
This one's for Chris Davis. How many times does your wife make you sweet potato pancakes?
Ooh. Man, she was making them like every other day in 2013. She usually goes like once every, I'll say, 7 to 10 days now. We had a kid, so I kind of slid down on the totem pole.
Why did you start playing baseball?
I started playing because my older brother started playing. He was 3 years older than me, and as little brothers tend to do, I just followed my older brother.
I think my parents probably just threw me out there because they were tired of me annoying them in the house and wanted me to get outside. But I loved baseball ever since I am old enough or was old enough to remember playing.
I play first base, so I'd like to know if I could get some tips from you, Chris.
How much time you got? He wants to know tips for playing first base. We have a great infield coach named Bobby Dickerson who has been huge for me over the past few years. There are a ton of things you can do, but golly, I can't even just...
I got one for you.
What do you got?
If you're going to play first base, you got to hit the ball over the fence. So
That's true.
work on that.
Chris, a few years back you hit 53 home runs to pass Brady Anderson for the Orioles single-season home run record. What was working for you that year? Like, what was different?
Everything was working. It was just one of those years that I was locked in, from the time spring training ended, pretty much until the season ended. It was a crazy year. Manny hit like 50-something doubles that year, so I always had runners in scoring position. There were a lot of things, but actually I would have had 52 in 2015 if I hadn't got robbed 5 times. But
True.
not that I'm holding on to anything.
So he's looking at me because I spend all the batting practice trying to rob his home runs.
Yeah,
So
every day.
he's kind of some odd way blaming me for him getting robbed. I told him, maybe just hit it farther,
Chris, who hits longer home runs? You or Trumbo?
Probably Mark, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm just like losing it or what, but he hits some monstrous home runs. You saw it in the home run derby. Petco is not a small field, and he made it look very small.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite baseball player growing up as a kid?
I grew up in Florida, and back then the only baseball we really got to see was the Cubs. So my favorite hitter was Andre Dawson, who you probably have no idea who he is. He was pretty good, though. And my favorite pitcher was Pedro Martinez.
Growing up, my favorite player was King Griffey Jr. Left-handed hitter, sweet swing, obviously home run hitter.
This is for both of you. Does a rivalry kind of emerge between, for Chris, you and Trumbo and all the other good hitters, and for Darren, between you and the other starting pitchers?
Yeah, I can't speak for Mark, but I would think some of the other players are probably tired of watching the Orioles have the home run leader every year, and they're going to have at least 3 more years to try to gang up on us. So. Yeah,
I think competition brings out the best in everybody. So The other guys in the bullpen and I, we're all really good friends, kind of have to be, but we all compete, and we wouldn't be here if we weren't competitive, because that's what motivates you. So, yeah, we have fun competing with each other and letting each other know when they don't meet that mark.
Thanks.
Sure.
This one's for Darren at Day. Do you ever get tired of people saying your last name?
Yeah, it's funny. I get that question a lot, and it's really cool when I'm pitching. It's a lot of fun, and especially when the production guy, everybody does it in the same time. It's really cool. When I'm grocery shopping and I'm like trying to pick out some fruit, it's not quite as cool. But if you can keep perspective, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Who was your favorite team growing up?
Mine was the Cubs.
Mine was the Rangers.
Thank you.
Sure.
Which infielder is non-consistent with their throws?
Is least consistent with their throws? Scope, hands down. And he's got the shortest throw on the infield.
It's fun.
I was on a tee.
Good question. Kid's gonna be a scout.
Do you play Minecraft?
I don't even know what that is. You probably do.
I love technology and video games and stuff, but I haven't played Minecraft. I'm playing. I played Plants vs. Zombies for a while, like a couple months ago. It's a great game.
Grown man.
Do you have a pet?
I do, and he does. More than one.
I have 2 Lab Terrier dogs. Chris has a little mini English bulldog named Samson.
Samson, yeah.
I was there the day Chris went to pick up Samson at BWI, and his truck broke down. So he came over to my house without letting me know he was coming over. Let himself in, woke me up and said, "Hey, dude, can I borrow your car?" That's a true story. So he went to pick up his dog from the airport. He was flying in from the breeder, and brought him home. I was the first person besides Chris to meet him. He's a cool little guy, about yay big, yay round.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Disney character?
Oh, man. I love Shrek.
Boy, it's tough. That's a tough one. I watch a lot of Disney movies. I have a 2-year-old, so I know this is going to be pretty unpopular here, but I just don't like Elsa and Anna. They sing too much. I get tired of all the singing. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Aladdin.
Ooh, classic.
This one's for Darren. When everybody's singing the O'Day chant, when you come out of the bullpen, do you get nervous or do you like it?
I like it. I do. It's pretty neat. We've kind of been conditioned to enjoy noise. We like it when fans are loud, and the times when I really get distracted are like after a rain delay, like a late 2-hour rain delay, and there's only 400 people left in the big ballpark, and I can hear 2 girls in the front row talking about prom dresses or something. That's distracting when it's quiet like that, and you can hear individual things, but when people are loud, or especially when they chant your name, it's pretty neat.
Thank you.
Sure.
This is for both of you. What's your favorite snack in the ballpark?
Favorite snack? Did you say favorite snack?
Man, I haven't had ballpark food in forever.
Yeah.
Nachos, probably.
Yeah. I like Boog's barbecue.
Ooh, yeah.
Mostly
Boogs.
because I like Boog.
Yeah.
He comes to hang out before games a lot, and he's in the training room, and I'm in there, and we just talk. He's a really nice guy. He's got good stories, and he makes great barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, I changed my answer to Boogs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where were both of you born?
I was born in a town called Longview. It's in East Texas.
There's a bunch of trees there, but not much else. I've been there. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
Thanks.
Sure.
What's your favorite restaurant in Baltimore?
Oh, man. I can't go there on that one. I can't single down just one.
In the city, I like to eat Abbey Burger.
Oh, yeah. I'm so
I live
hungry right
I
now.
live south near Columbia, Clarksville, and there's a little place down there called Cloby's barbecue place. That's probably my favorite place to eat.
Thank you.
Been there? Yeah.
How did your leg feel when you smashed your bat off your leg?
How did what?
How did your leg feel when you smashed your bat on your leg?
It's usually pretty sore the next day, but
He asked how his leg feels when he breaks his bat.
yeah, I try not to do that quite as often.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't even know.
Pikachu,
Yeah. Is that the yellow one?
till I die,
I like Pikachu too.
for life.
If you could have any exotic animal as a pet, what would it be?
Lion. I mean, that's not really exotic, I guess, but I think it'd be cool. Ride it around.
That's a tough question, man.
Unicorn.
Capybara. The largest rodents in the world. They live in the swamps of Venezuela. They're like rats. They're this big. Google it. There's one that swims around a pool in Texas. It's awesome. He rides in the back seat of the Prius and everything.
Note that you asked his favorite exotic animal, and he said basically a rat.
Yes.
How much home runs do you plan to hit this season?
I don't ever go in with one number in mind. I just kind of take what they give me. I would like to hit 50 again, just for personal reasons. As long as the team leads the league in home runs, that's kind of like a personal goal for me. It's something that I'm really proud of.
What's your favorite sports movie?
Man, that's tough. If we're going baseball, I'd probably say The Natural. Football would probably be Rudy. I know.
A job interview. This is tough.
Caddyshack?
You need to watch Caddyshack in a few
Yeah.
years. Not yet.
Few years, yeah.
The Gopher.
Like 5 years. We'll go with that.
How hard is it to hit a curveball?
Oh, depends on who's throwing it.
That's why I quit hitting. It's very hard. Seriously. If you think about the time these guys have to react to the pitch, it's crazy. It's like the blink of an eye. And for them to be able to see the pitch and see the spin and be able to hit it and know where it's going, it's incredible what they do.
This is for both of you. How excited are you guys for Mark Trimbo coming back to the team?
I mean, I'm really excited. I have to think Darren as a pitcher is probably really excited as well, even though we might not be using him as much because we might be up by more than 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah, Mark was my roommate when we both came up with the Anaheim Angels, now the Los Angeles Angels. But yeah, we've been good friends for a long time, so I'm really excited to have Mark back, and he's obviously a great hitter and a really good teammate too.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Chris, how does it feel to hit a 450 foot home run?
Really good. I don't care if they go just over the wall or way out of the stadium. They all feel just as good.
Just for Darren, what makes your sidearm so effective?
I think it's just because the guys don't get to see it very much. You know, it's what makes these guys good. They've been overhand pitching their whole life, so they've developed a unbelievable library of what the pitches look like when they're coming at them. And for me to do something that's so different, a lot of them either have to adapt or adjust, and it puts them in an uncomfortable spot. So maybe it's not coming out as hard, it's not, traditional, but it puts them at a disadvantage.
Thank you.
Sure.
This is for Chris. With last year's wild card game, when you were at first at bat, what did Stroman throw you?
First at bat, I remember he punched me out on a two-seam fastball away that was actually a really good pitch, and he doesn't usually throw me too many pitches out over the plate. But he pounded me in early, and I've faced Marcus quite a few times. That's the best I've ever seen him throw the ball. Obviously I would have liked to have fared a little bit better, but sometimes you got to tip your hat.
Thank you.
This question's for the both of you. What team do you want to sweep this year?
Sweep? All of them?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
How about all the teams in our division? We would just want to beat them all.
Yeah.
Especially the Blue Jays, right?
I mean, that's
Sure.
like, you don't even have to say anything. That's kind of like a given. I think everybody's kind of starting to feel that way about them, too.
Yeah.
This one's for Darren. Can I do chomp chomp with you?
Sure, let's do it.
Chomp chomp.
That's it. I went to the University of Florida, so I've
Breathe.
gotten a couple. There's Mom.
Yep.
Chomp over there. Yeah, go Gators.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, buddy.
This one's for Darren. Why'd you start throwing sidearm?
Because I was pretty stinky overhand. It was kind of out of necessity. I was very average to below average throwing overhand, and went to college, tried out for the team, got cut, and I tried out again the next year throwing sidearm because in life, about a lot of little things add up to a big thing, and a lot of different coincidences happen, and I was asked to play baseball. I threw sidearm. I tried out again, made the team, and kind of went from there. And, if I didn't change to throw sidearm, then I would be doing something else for sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
How do you feel about Adam Jones chewing all that bubble gum?
I'm tired of it getting stuck to my shoe. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's amazing when he's blowing bubbles when he's trying to catch a fly ball, especially when the fly ball is hit off of me. And I can see the bubble from the mound. Adam's very talented at chewing gum. He's like a black belt level gum chewer.
I want to be an Orioles player when I grow up, and what's advice?
I mean, I'll go token, work hard, lots of practice, and throw like a girl.
Well, hey, yeah, that's a good tip. It's a good tip. Worked for me. Hey, well, first you got to do good in school, because if you don't do good in school, then you can't play baseball. All right? That's one. Two is to practice. Practice when nobody's looking. My dad had to replace a panel in our garage when I was little because I used to throw tennis balls at this little square. And at first he would yell at me, and then he saw that I was practicing pitching. So he let me keep practicing. And you just got to practice and make up games and have fun and enjoy it, and you'll eventually get better and do good in school.
Thank you. What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Black.
Yeah. Next.
This one is for Chris Davis. How many home runs have you hit in life?
In my life? Oh, man. What did you say,
241.
241?
You know, there's no website for that.
Yeah. I don't know a lot.
This is for
Nice.
both of you. What's your favorite sport beside baseball?
Football.
Yeah.
Ooh, golf is...
I like football, golf. I play a lot of ping pong. Probably golf. How's that?
Do you like night or day games better?
Oof. I like night games a lot better. Day games are fun. I enjoy having the night with my family, but I always feel like I see the ball better in a night game.
I like night games, but they're just so late, you know?
I'm so tired.
Could we get to a night game by 6:30? I mean, we could start them a half hour earlier. That'd be great. I could be home for the 10 o'clock news, you know?
You want some gum?
I'm all right.
I just had some dental work done. I'm not allowed to chew gum. Thank you, though.
This is for both of you. What would be one thing for you guys to change about the Orioles?
We could grow beards during the season.
Ooh.
You'd look good with a beard. You don't know it yet, but I'm a beard enthusiast. Chris is also. We like to grow them in the off season.
Yeah, that's...
It's kind of like a chia pet, but on your face.
Other than the beards, I would say probably I wish we did more throwback days, like throwback uniforms.
Yeah. It's a good one.
This is for both of you. What was your favorite thing in the off season?
Sign to Mark Trumbo.
Yeah.
Christmas every year.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, you know how you go to school 5 days a week and then you have 2 days off a week?
Yeah.
So during the summer, we have work mostly 7 days a week. So we get all our weekends at the same time. So in the off season, we just get to do what we want. And so I got to hang out with my family a lot, and play with my dogs and rake leaves, do all that kind of stuff.
Did you do the hidden ball trick?
The hidden ball trick.
You have never tried
I've
that?
never pulled it off, no. We did something like that in college, it was.
Yeah, it's kind of a college thing.
Where you fake a pickoff throw and like the first baseman like dives like it got past him and then you tag the runner out. But no, I've never done the hidden ball trick.
I don't know how Buck would feel about something like that.
Chris, do you have any hitting advice for me? And Darren, do you have any pitching advice for me?
For younger hitters, I always emphasize hitting off a tee. Some guys like it, some guys don't. I hit a lot off the tee. It's hard enough to hit it when it's moving, a little bit easier when it's stationary, but you can just do a lot of different things. You can do a lot of different drills, work on hitting it different directions, and always repetition. You know, as many cuts as you can get in, the better off you're going to be.
How old are you?
12.
12, okay. Don't start throwing curveballs or sliders yet. Learn a changeup before you learn either of those, because if you get to high school and you have a good changeup, you're going to be way ahead of the curve. Guys can't hit changeups in high school, but they can hit lazy breaking balls.
Guys can't hit changeups in the big leagues.
The guys can't hit changeups in the big leagues. The other thing would be to play other sports. Don't just focus on baseball. Play other sports.
Chris, in Boston 2012, what was it like pitching?
It was really cool after the game was over. That was a really tough day for me up until the last 2 innings of the game. But yeah, I mean, that's like one of the greatest baseball memories I'll ever have, no matter what else happens in my career.
As a teammate of his, it was fun to watch too, because you know when the pitchers get to hit, it's so much fun for everybody on the team. And when one of them gets to pitch, especially in a close game, it was really neat. Really, one of my better memories of that year too. It was pretty cool.
How old are you two?
How old?
How old do you think I am? I'm 30. Darren's older.
Say it. Say it.
He's older. Old man.
I'm 34. How old are you?
Oh, did you hear that?
6.
6.
You got a long ways to go.
Yeah. How old are you in tiger years? She's got tiger face paint. You guys can't see it.
Do you have a lot of friends here?
I like to think so.
Here? Yeah, last night is pretty cool. You guys probably don't know this. We had like an event, a team event last night. And it really is cool to see everybody. It's the first time you get to see all your teammates after the off season. And boy, during the season, you spend so much time together. You just kind of take them all for granted. And then when you don't see them for 3 months, it's pretty cool to all get together. And we all got to spend some time last night, see each other's families. So we're all good friends.
Guys, we are absolutely out of time. We actually went over. How about a great hand for Chris Davis and Darren O'Day?